Hello guys, welcome to Algorithms Made Easy. Today we will be discussing the question kth largest element in an array. Now in this question we are given an unsorted array and we need to find the kth largest element in it. Note that it is the kth largest element in the sorted order and not the kth distinct element. In the first example, as we can see, the fifth largest element will be 5, so we return 5. Similarly, in the second example, as there are duplicates present in the array, the fourth largest element becomes 4. So we return it. So the basic approach to solve this problem is to first sort the array, and as we need to return the kth largest element, we will just simply return the length minus k. So this will give us the answer. Let's test it for the test cases. So it runs successfully. When we submit this, it gets submitted successfully. The time complexity of this approach is n log n and the space complexity is O of 1. How we can reduce the time complexity? We can reduce the time complexity by using priority queue. So we'll see how we can code that as well. So we'll define a priority queue of length k plus 1. Now for each element in the array, we'll put these values into the queue. Now if the size of the queue is greater than k, we poll the values so that only k values stay in the queue. At the end, we simply return the top value. Let's test the sample test cases. So they gave us the right result. Let's submit this. So it got submitted successfully. The time complexity of this approach is n log k, while the space complexity is k. We can reduce the time complexity to O of n in the average case, but the time complexity will still remain O of n square. At the end, I will tell you how we can reduce it to O of n for every case, so do watch this video till the end. In order to reduce the time complexity, we will be applying quick select. Quick select algorithm uses partitioning, which gives the answer in O of n complexity. The complexity of quick select mainly depends on how you partition the array. We will see a basic partitioning over here. So we'll first define the method. So as we know, in the quick select, it is based on the principle of partitioning the array into two halves, and then all the elements that are bigger than the pivot should exist on the right hand side of the pivot, and all the elements less than the pivot should be on the left hand side of the pivot. So for simplicity, we'll take the pivot as the left position. Now for every index between left and right, we need to shift the values. Now if the value present at ith index is less than or equals to the value present at the right, then we need to swap the values with the pivot. Now we need to increment the pivot, and in order to increment the pivot, we will use a post increment. Once we have the pivot element, we know that all the values left of this pivot are smaller than the values at the higher position. So we need to swap the value present at pivot with the value present at the right pointer. So now we have a pivot position. All the values less than the pivot are at left, greater than are at the right. We need to check that how many values are present after the pivot. So we'll count the number of values present after the pivot. So to count the values, we will do this. If the number of values is equals to k, this means that we have found the kth largest element in the array, and will simply return the pivot. Else, if the count is greater than k, it means there are more numbers in the right subarray which is greater than k. So the answer should lie on the right subarray. So we will apply the quick select on the right subarray. Else we are sure that the answer lies in the left subarray. We know that the count is less than k, so we need to remove the count from the k because we are discarding all the values greater than the pivot. So we will just remove the count from the k. Now we will define this swap method. It will be a very basic implementation. This completes our coding. Let's test this for all the test cases. So it is successful. Let's submit this. So it got submitted successfully. You might be wondering, as we use n log n over here and n log k over here, and this has an average complexity of O of n. But the worst case time complexity is of n square, as the pivot is the smallest value. So in worst case we will be going n minus 1 times and n minus 2 times. So that creates a time complexity of O of n square. In order to reduce the time complexity to O of n in every case, we need to have a randomized pivot, and that's how you can reduce the time complexity of this algorithm as well. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next one.